Well, hey, thank you so much for watching this video. Listen to me. How would your life change? I really want you to focus on this. You may be going through some issues. You may be having some hard times. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're just going through life and life's kind of okay. It's no big deal. Your kids are kind of okay. Your marriage is okay. Everything's just kind of fine, right? But let me tell you something. You may be going through some struggles as well. But listen to me. How would your life change? Focus with me here for a second. How would your life change if you spent less time worrying about being entertained, right? Going to watching the TV or going to the latest social media or blah, 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 whatever it may be. And you spent more time in these books. Now listen, I know you can go to this too. I go to this as well and I watch educational videos and things like that. I understand that. But listen, how would your life change? I'm serious. How would it change? How would it change if the first thing you did in the morning was open up your day in prayer, or you read scripture, or you did a devotional to get your day started, to get you moving, to get you communicating correctly with people and get your mind right, as opposed to being the first thing you do is you check your social media, right? How would your marriage change? How would your marriage change if instead you actually picked up a book or you watched videos on how to improve your marriage, how to communicate with your spouse, how to be a better husband, how to be a better spouse, whatever it may be, right? How would it change if you actually picked up a book and you started reading it and you started learning, you started coming up with some ideas of how to be a better spouse, as opposed to just escaping in this, right? How would you be as a parent? How would your parenting change? Now, parenting isn't an easy thing. I got 4 kids. It's not an easy thing. There's a lot of challenges. There's a lot of frustration. There's a lot of days where you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm going crazy here with the parenting. It's hard, right? But what do we do? What do we often do? We escape. We escape that. We escape it, and sometimes maybe it's just having a couple more extra glasses of wine. Maybe it's just spacing out the TV, which is fine. I don't mind spacing out. Maybe it's just going to social media and just to kind of escape and get away. But what if we were to pick up a book? What if we were to pick up a book and learn and how we can better communicate with our kids, how we may be able to use some different parenting tricks and tips to maybe strengthen that relationship or help them, or how can we be better parents? Listen, guys, how would your life change? I mean, that's the big question. And I want you to think about this. I want you to think about your entertainment versus education ratio. What are you doing? What are you doing? Because listen, you feel much better. You feel much better. I can guarantee you. You feel much better when you spend some time in prayer, when you do your devotional, when you're reading books or you're listening to stuff that is inspirational, stuff that's teaching you. You feel better. It creates creativity inside of you, as opposed to escaping. See, when you escape into social media or you escape into these other things to get away, to maybe avoid conversation or just to space out, it really doesn't recharge you. It doesn't make you feel any better. In actuality, it kind of takes away. You don't feel that great about it, and then you go back to reality, right? You go back to the same thing. You go back to the same thing, and nothing's changed because you haven't gotten any better. You haven't figured out how to have the conversation, communicate, how to deal with that situation. So you're not inspired. You're not inspired, and that's what we need to feel as human beings. I really feel that we need to be growing. If we're not growing, if we're not progressing, we're going backwards, and that's not a good feeling. That's not a good feeling. So my suggestion and my encouragement to you is spend way less time in this, just going through social media, blah, 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 blah. Now you may be watching this on social media. I count this as a good thing because listen, there are some wonderful things in here. I mean, I go to YouTube and I get all my inspirational videos. I listen to Jim Rohn, Darren Hardy, Brandon Bouchard, all those different things. Gary Vaynerchuk, they're all right there, and I listen, I consume it. I love that because sometimes I learn through visually seeing. That's how I learn it. But if you're going here and you're just going on social media and you're just jacking around, looking at some random stuff, my suggestion is you need to stop it, or you need to cut it down way low and spend so much more time educating yourself. Your life will change. It'll change for the better. But you know what? Sometimes people don't want to deal with that. Sometimes people get lazy or they get scared to change, or whatever it may be. But if you listen this far, I can guarantee you're not that type of person. If you just didn't listen this far, it doesn't matter, because you won't hear this, and you're not that type of person. So thank you so much for watching this video. And again, pick up a book today, listen to an educational CD audio. Oh, another thing I want to tell you. I mean, so much time. I see so much of this going on. When I walk by cars, and sometimes I do the same thing. When I walk by cars, for example, at the school, whatever it may be, everybody's in this, and I guarantee you, they're not listening to educational stuff. You know, you can turn your car into a classroom, right? You can do that. You can do that. You can be listening to CDs in there that teach you how to be a better spouse, how to be a better parent, you know, how to grow in your relationship with Christ. All these different things, right? You could be doing it. There's so much time. So maybe, I was going to end this video, so maybe my point is, if you just cut out about 30 minutes of social media and you took that 30 minutes and you put it into becoming a better person, right? That would change your life tremendously. That would do it right there. So I'm going to end the video. Thank you so much for watching this. Have a great, great, great day. Bye.